Going on, guys? Today I said I was gonna put out the single target raid video. This is not something that I run in dungeons. Something that I run in like your Heliquary bosses or things like that. Um, I've tested a few things. This seems to be the best for what I have right now with the sets, with the four-piece gloom as well as a four-piece Vithus. Of course, you can run something like Bank or Vise or things like that, but that's more of a continual damage. Doesn't give you the burst like a four-piece Glooms would do. Of course, after you pop your skewer, and then your bats that activate on your primary, as well as your Mephetic Cloud with the helmet that just chokes them, as well as it gives you a buff while you're in it, so it keeps your Vithus activated. Then the bats that you know when you use your primary, it swoops down and does an attack with them as well. Skewer that jumps in the air, which you could probably put something a little bit different on it, but I like it because it makes it a dash, so that activates your glooms. Shroud of Night, this is one that is controversial. You can use a different piece, but I like the two apparitions because they just start throwing that primary attack out, which is super fast. Mephitic Cloud gives you 30% increased attack speed, so you don't need the four-piece Shaw Boss. You get rid of that. Still have the attack speed with the Vithus, so you're getting a 60% increased attack speed. Um, Skewer that breaks the armor, so 19% increased, which is longer than 3 seconds, as well as the Gloom Guides will be longer than 3 seconds with beneficiary effect. And then, of course, your increased attack speed by 10% with your Shadow's Edge. So you're looking at 70% increased attack speed just off that, not including any of your gems. If you're running like the 1 star or 2 star, sorry, Carson's Invigoration. Um, this build is very, very powerful. But one thing that a lot of people kind of neglect is your Reforges. So you can run all the Reforge bonuses you want, but the one that you want to throw every piece is your duration beneficial effect. 3 to 3.5 is what you want on every single piece. Um, Not a lot of people tell you this, of course, because, you know, Reforge is barely ever touched on. I like to run with the Jolt for the immobilize the attacker. Looks like I need to, I guess that you can run like one piece, two piece. Looks like I need to change one of these right here to get a higher thing. I also like this one as well that deals damage and stuns compared to the Jolt. This is the Immobilize. This is another good one. So I use Jolt and Trimmer really, but I want to make sure every single piece has the duration beneficial effect on it. So that'll increase it. Let's see here. What did it say? 3 seconds? Only you can test it is underneath. So I have Mephetic Cloud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 6 seconds. So let's try it again. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. About 7 seconds of beneficial effect duration. So you want to go in. First thing you want to do is skewer on it. And you want to make sure you're not in protector room, because this does increase the damage by a lot. We'll go in attacker room, wait for you to shrink down, and now you're ready to go into it. You pretty much just go with skewer, and then you want to pop a 1, 2, 3 right away. So you're gonna go skewer, and then you want to primary attack it. So skewer, 2, 3, pop it, and then skewer again. And as you can see, 10 something million damage. And sustain, I'll keep it going for you guys so you can see. Sustains around 6 million, 5 to 6 mil. If you just want to keep it going. Of course, your gems and stuff will proc. But this should allow you to hit, your 5 million, you know. Very, very powerful build. Let's do it again so you can see. Let's do it again. Give it about 10 seconds. Paragon. A lot of people won't talk about this either. I use a Weaver for the crit. There's your crit right there. When you have 10 or more stacks, you 6.5. It's very, very nice. Okay, should be cooled down by now. So again, we're gonna go in with, skewer and then 1, 2, 3. So skewer, primary 1, 2, 3, skewer again, hit 10 million again. And as you can see, you do about 6 to 7 million for 3 or 4 seconds. Skewer again, 1, 2, 3, and you keep around 4 to 5 million. It's very, very powerful. So hopefully, if you guys are trying to get that trophy for the 5 million mark, it should help you a lot. All right, and then I want to show you what I run in dungeons, because I don't run that in dungeons because it's super slow. I run this in dungeons. I love this helmet. This helmet's absolutely ridiculous. It's bonkers. Let me show you. Okay, so the helmets, Siphon Blood, they deal 30% reduced damage, increase your damage done by 15%, up to 60%. So you need 4 enemies to actually activate the 60% damage. That is actually a buff as well. And with that, I run a 4-piece Gloom and 4-piece Vintage as well, because I have the skewer again. But let's see, with everything popped, I'm going to show you the crit and damage. Okay, this is just skewer and siphon. 65.1% crit hit chance. Alright, and of course, damage increase 52%, yada yada yada. This isn't a very, very bursty build. This is a, I'm going to throw my bats. This is one where you can move. You're still doing 6 million sustain with, what is that, another 40% damage increase. You're looking probably 7 million sustain with the new bats. And of course, I use just sanguinate to move around, because no one wants a slow person. You pretty much just go into the dungeon, and there's your enemy. Your bats are going already. You just roll in, boom. You can actually roll in and activate the skewer. To actually dash into it from sanguinate to activate gloom glides. And then skewer into it if you want. Siphon blood, tell your bats. But yeah, hopefully if you guys are struggling to hit that 5 million, that build should help you out tremendously. I did change one thing on the PvP build. I was trying it. Someone came into my Twitch over there at Greed Gaming 1984 on Twitch. And they actually said, hey, why don't you try and run the Shroud of Night instead of Sanguinate? Because you're, a tanky, you want to be tanky. Your build is, you're not really chasing. So I tried it without the Sanguinate. It does take away from, getting in the back line. But with the Transfusion and Whirling Strike, this pretty much activates a primary. You don't need anything changed on the build. Just throw this on instead of Sanguinate. And then it gives you a primary attack. And your primary attack, Ravage, it makes them bleed. So now you have Shroud of Night on with Transfusion. You're getting a guaranteed bleed. So your bats are proccing automatically, and your party members get an extra, primary attack. But yeah, that's it. So hopefully, let's help you guys push 10 million on that, or 5 million on that trophy, pretty easily. So yeah, hope you guys have a good one, and until the next video, peace.